Welcome to Any Given Weekday Football. The 1997 season comes to an end. This is the final game on the biggest stage for the second Lombardi in Any Given Weekday history. And somehow we've got two teams that no one expected to be here. We got a number 5 seed with the Miami Dolphins and a number 6 seed with the St. Louis Rams. The path for both teams was not easy to get here. Well, the St. Louis Rams had an easy path, but the Rams walk into this matchup with the first rendition of the Great Wall of St. Louis, with the offensive line having Willie Rowe, Damani Dawson, John Clark, and Tony Baselli. Their offensive quarterback, Kordell Stewart, who has a backfield with Emmitt Smith, Mike Allstott, and a receiving core starting with Herman Moore. The Rams also have a great defense featuring Michael Strahan, Eric Swan, and Rodney Harrison. They did their best to dominate the NFC side of their bracket, and they kept winning. On the other side, the Miami Dolphins, unpredictable, explosive, and led by the most dangerous weapon in Any Given Weekday history for the 1997 season, Marshall Faulk, your offensive player of the year, who ran them all the way to the Super Bowl championship. Quarterback Kerry Collins. They also got Marvin Harrison, Joey Galloway, and Unc Sharp. He's hale and he's well and ready for another outing. And Kerry's also got a solid offensive line backing him up in Miami. For Miami's defense, they picked up 2 linebackers in the 1997 rookie draft, Jamie Sharper and James Ferrier. They also have the anchor of their defense, Willie McGinnis, and they have their veteran cornerback, Rod Woodson, ready to try to lock down and shadow Herman Moore in every chance he gets. So now, under the lights with everything on the line, we get to see who wins Super Bowl II in Any Given Weekday history. This is the Any Given Football League 1997 NFL Super Bowl matchup. We got 2 teams, 2 different identities for one Lombardi. The St. Louis Rams survived the NFC gauntlet with structure and defense. The Miami Dolphins, on the other hand, arrived powered by the league's Offensive Player of the Year, Marshall Faulk. This isn't just about any regular matchup. This is about a collision of philosophies. This is as big as it gets, man. This is as big as it gets. We got 2 sleeper opponents, the St. Louis Rams and the Miami Dolphins, meeting in Atlanta, Georgia for Super Bowl II. And kickoff starts now. Returning for the Miami Dolphins is wide receiver Marvin Harrison, who runs straight through the middle, zigging past a couple defenders before getting tackled at the 45-yard line. That first kick return opens up the field and the game. Kerry Collins coming out on the season with 4,220 passing yards. He's also had himself a nice pair of 36 touchdowns and 8 interceptions on the year. Miami needs to finish the story as they come out on offense, running it with Marshall Faulk on the first play, who jukes the defender, embarrassing him before getting the first down, but a legal block on the back. This is the Offensive Player of the Year in Marshall Faulk. He's been running this team all the way here, and I'm pretty sure he's going to try to run them to a Super Bowl win. This is their second Super Bowl in 2 years. Kerry Collins drops back, launches it down the field, hits up and connects with Marvin Harrison. I formation as they run it with Marshall Faulk again as he gets swallowed up in the backfield. Number 94 and number 23 for the Rams, right there, gaining 9 yards on the reception. It's 3rd and 2 as he tries to run the outside zone. Can't go far when you see Strahan right there. Number 92 is a monster. There you go. With that field goal, Dolphins go up 3-0, leaving 8:36 on the clock. Kordell Stewart and company takes the return. Tiki Barber, the returner right there. Kordell Stewart is kind of a Cinderella story. 4,269 passing yards, 36 touchdowns on 18 interceptions. This is your league's comeback player of the year, as he was surfacing around the league for the past 2 years, not doing anything. And the first play of the game, hands it off to his running back, Emmitt Smith. Rams run an orbital motion, hand it to Emmitt Smith, who gets tackled by rookie linebacker James Ferrier, number 51. I told you to watch for number 51. He's flying around like a bat out of hell. Watch that guy at all times. As Kordell launches it. Oh my gosh. Herman Moore tried to climb the ladder but gets smacked. Big as the Super Bowl as Kordell gets the ball again. I told you they have the Great Wall of St. Louis out here. Nothing is coming through. If you take a look at the line, that defense isn't getting anywhere as they rushed 6 to 7 people, I believe. After that pass, Kordell drops back again, launches it over top. Herman Moore gains 30 on the reception. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. This is likely going to be a run to Emmitt Smith, as it is, right up through the middle, trucking a couple defenders before getting tackled and carrying rookie linebacker Jamie Sharper. Goal line stop pressure right here. They send the linebacker on a blitz right up the middle, but not enough, as Emmitt Smith goes in for the touchdown. So the first touchdown of the day, I hope you guys put your betting money in. -200 on Emmitt Smith, as that does hit. Kerry Collins and co. comes out after getting 3 on the first drive. Collins has the arm to attack every blade of grass, or should I say every tick of turf on this field. They do hand it off to Marshall Faulk, who gets popped. Shannon Sharpe, you got to watch out for him. Kerry loves this tight end because he is on fire. He rolls out, dumps it off to his running back, who gets smacked by Rodney Harrison. As we see, Marshall Faulk breaking tackles. And another run by Marshall Faulk right up the middle. Rodney Harrison on the tackle. Star defensive end. As Kerry Collins is just dissecting this defense like an anatomy pig. He's going through, he's finding the heart, finding the lungs, and finding his tight end, Shannon Sharpe, right over the middle. Single back heavy formation. They play action pass out of it. Do hit the running back immediately as he trucks, trying to get to the end zone. 28 needs to be in the backfield at all times. Tight end Shannon Sharpe is motioning around the offense as they dump it off, trying to give Marshall Faulk a good block, but Shannon Sharpe was looking somewhere in the fans because he didn't block anybody. Dolphins bring it in to 1 point as they trail 6-7. All the kids are loving that right now. 6-7, 6-7. And get ready to field it. This is running back Tiki Barber, who tries to spin and gets tackled shortly at the 23-yard line. St. Louis lead by 1. Kordell feels some pressure, starts surveying around, tries to dump it off and gets his receiver. I tell you what, this Kordell Stewart is insane. A diamond in the rough as he dumps it off to Mike Allstott, who tries to break the tackle on Jamie Sharper. 2nd and 4 from the 41. A motion from the outside as they hit the motioning receiver. Kordell Stewart gives the Rams offense a second dimension. Not only can he attack you through the air, he's insanely good when he runs it on the ground, as he does take off, sliding before getting popped. That's what we call an elusive quarterback. 3rd and 8 from the 30-yard line. The Dolphins defense will get a stop here. Is exactly what they need, as Kordell surveying, keeping his eyes ahead, decides to run it before getting popped, and he fumbles. The Dolphins defense comes up clutch, penalizing and punishing the young quarterback. Jamie Sharper smacks Kordell Stewart as he tried to scramble for the first down. Sorry, that was Willie McGinnis that hit him. Sharper was the fumble recoverer. You gotta be careful with those turnovers in the Super Bowl. Can't make those drives up. Marshall Faulk gets the first handoff, running it 4 yards. 1st and 10 for the 43. Kerry Collins motions Marvin Harrison Sr. outside, and they run it with Marshall Faulk through the middle. Michael Strahan dropping back in coverage for some reason as they dump it off to tight end Shannon Sharpe. He always is reliable. Another fake handoff. Touchdown. Miami finds their first touchdown of the Super Bowl. Marvin Harrison catches it right in between 2 defenders as they throw it to Marvin Harrison through traffic, and he doesn't get punished. Troy Vincent and Victor Green sitting right there. So Miami go up 13-7. Instead of going for 2, they take the field goal just to go up by 6. Turning the ball over from fumbling, tries to keep his composure and start off the drive by handing it off to his running back. Breaks the first tackle and gains another 4 past the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Rams, play action. Drops back, hits his receiver, going across the middle. He's very fast. Number 89, he's got some wheels. Tell you what, Rams at the beginning of the season were looking for a quarterback after Troy Aikman. Oh, he overthrows that one. After Troy Aikman sold their Super Bowl chances last year after losing to the Green Bay Packers. Literally threw the game away. Had 2 interceptions in that game. They were looking for a quarterback. Probably going to be looking for another one going into next year. Might need to stick it out with Kordell. This is a true diamond in the rough. He hits Herman Moore across the middle. Outside motion. Kordell steps up in the pocket, runs it, and will score on the ground as he dives in. Touchdown from the St. Louis Rams. We're going back and forth as haymakers, jabs, and hooks are getting thrown. Kordell puts the Gateway Arch St. Louis Rams on the board. I put on for my city. Marvin Harrison got 3 catches, 31 yards, and 1 touchdown. Kerry Collins gets ready, tosses it to his running back, Marshall Faulk. Puts a little move on the outside cornerback as he races across the sideline, trying to spin before getting smacked out by Rodney Harrison. Another orbital motion from Kenny McCardle. They hand it to Marshall Faulk, and he gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Another pass from Carey. Carey hits up Kenny. Kung Fu Kenny with the first down. We are in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're in ATL, fellas. Be careful after you leave this stadium. You guys know they're going to be lit outside. He has number 87 open on the outside. He threw it to him late. If he threw it earlier, he probably would have got the first down. They have to settle for their third field goal of the day, going up by 2. The score is 16-14. So Kordell and his offensive team gets the ball in perfect territory. They don't have to move it far. Still got 2 timeouts and 27 seconds left on the clock. Hits up his tight end, Mark Bruner, across the middle. 2nd and 4 from the 45-yard line. Kordell feeling pressure before. Oh my gosh, that was almost an interception. That was a very errant throw, as he was meaning to just throw it away. Ended up lobbing it with a defender right in front. As he does hit his receiver Herman Moore this time. Dolphins missed a perfect opportunity to get a pick right there, as that was going to go back for 6 for sure. Kordell drops back, sees Willie McGinnis as he sacks him. They can get a first down near the 30, as Willie McGinnis just got himself 2 sacks right before half. Willie McGinnis gets 2 sacks right before half, doing his thug thizzle. The St. Louis Rams, Miami Dolphins are showing what a Super Bowl is supposed to be, as we're here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is your halftime report from Daryl Hansen. Emmitt Smith and Tiki Barber are running all over the field. Marshall Faulk on the other end, this is your Offensive Player of the Year, and he's showing why he is. He's killing the game. Just broke a good 50-yard rush before getting tackled. Herman Moore is also doing his thing, as he's got 4 catches for 64 yards. Marvin Harrison, he's got the lone receiving touchdown on the day. 47 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. Kerry Collins has 151 on 14 passes. Kordell Stewart got 177 on 10. As Emmitt Smith gets to return this kick, he gets tackled at the 27. And this is going to be the start of the second half of the 1997 Super Bowl. Kordell launches it on the run. Plant your feet next time, and maybe you won't throw a pick, as he throws one, and that's going back for 6. Miami gets a touchdown. That's Doug Evans, their solid cornerback, punishes that young quarterback who throws it off the back foot. Plant your feet before you launch that ball. Let's show these kicks. We got some Adidas, some penny loafers, and some green snakeskin Jordan 1s. I know you guys saw those in the back. Kordell Stewart throws a pick right out of half. Emmitt Smith takes this return, getting back to the 29-yard line. Hopefully not deja vu, because last time they got to the 29, it ended in an interception. Rams, trailing by 9, come out and running it with their running back, who gains 11 on the rush. So at this point, Kordell is starting to feel that pressure from the Dolphins defense. Got sacked twice by Willie McGinnis and got intercepted by Doug Evans. So he needs to just come out and hand it to his running backs, as they do come out with 3 backs in the backfield. Hand it off to Mike Allstott up the middle. He gains 7 on the rush. Play action pass. Hits his running back. That's Tiki Barber who took that reception. The Rams worked on building their defense through versatility, as they hand it to their tight end Mark Bruner, who instead reaching gets tackled at the 1. Look at that. And what a great tackle from the Dolphins defender, as the Rams now have it at the 1-yard line. You know where they're going. Right up the middle. Emmitt Smith falls forward. It's hard to bring him down. Touchdown for St. Louis. Emmitt Smith salutes to all of his St. Louis fans. Kerry Collins, play action pass, works perfectly, as they find Marvin Harrison across the middle again. And a 2-point gain, the mistakes that are made feel bigger than a 7. Right now, there's only 1 turnover in this game so far. Actually, there's 2 turnovers. Kordell fumbling and Kordell getting picked for 6. Both end up being points for the Dolphins. 1st and goal from the 2nd-yard line. They hand it off to their fullback, who walks in. Michael Strahan couldn't bring him down. But Aaron Carver, fullback, gets a touchdown for the Dolphins. After those 2 turnovers, you kind of felt the energy shift on the sideline. Momentum is on Miami's side as they're up by 9 again. This is where a 12-5 team leans on their identity. 47 seconds left in the third quarter. The Rams gotta pick it up. No turnovers, just scores. As Tiki Barber gets the kick return. Number 51 is all over the place. Playing on defense, playing on kickoff. It's gonna be hard to return a kick on this fella. Emmitt Smith has 12 rushes for 65 yards and 2 TDs, averaging 5.4 yards per carry. Tell you what, championship winning teams respond. How will the Rams respond to this being down? As they hit up Herman Moore for a long reception. Trying to show you how we're gonna respond. We're getting that. Kordell is trying to earn his redemption. Now he has to be resilient as he's already messed up twice today. You got your jitters out, now you got to pick it up, big fella. The play action gets picked up and he launches it down to Herman Moore again for a long first down. Moving the ball to the other side of the 50 right before the end of the third quarter. Kordell is working the play action, I tell you that much. He's selling it perfectly. That's when he makes Aaron plays. Rams trail by 9. 2 turnovers is what's keeping this Dolphins team ahead. The Rams come back with the ball out at the beginning of fourth quarter. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Motion right from number 81. Usually when they motion, they target that receiver. Instead, this time, they hit up Emmitt Smith. Miami has a crazy pass rush. It's just that Rams, oh Lord, Emmitt Smith couldn't keep his feet in. He went out, so the Rams settle for a field goal. Their field goal kicker can make it this far. It's a 50-plus yard attempt. And they do get it. So Coney comes through with the foot, getting his team within 6. I'm sorry. I thought the Rams made that field goal. They missed the field goal earlier, so they're still trailing by 9. They come out in I formation. Got their running back and their fullback. Hand it to Marshall Faulk. He gets the outside before getting tackled down by Michael Strahan. You literally just have to contain him as they do throw it to Marvin Harrison, who holds on, surviving a tackle. They hand it off to Marshall Faulk again. He gets cracked right at the line of scrimmage. And it's 3rd and inches and likely a QB sneak from the Dolphins. Oh, the line jump for the Dolphins. You gotta know the snap count. You can't jump right there. Motion out, Marshall Faulk hits his receiver, Marvin Harrison, for a first down. Sam Garnes is getting worked. That's your defensive rookie of the year. As Marshall Faulk gets tackled behind again by Michael Strahan. Strahan is trying to set that edge. And this is a 9-point game still. They can't hold them and stop them at the red zone right here. Instead of it being 2 touchdowns from a field goal, I mean, close to 3. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. A turnover is exactly what the Rams need right now, as they are sending pressure, and it's man coverage. Based off that audible, you can tell it's man. They're following their defenders. And the pressure doesn't get through. The receiver gets open. That's a touchdown. Keenan McCardle. See, the Rams need to do something because they sent 5 people and couldn't get in right there. They have 2 people covering the middle of the field trying to spy Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins isn't running. What are you doing spying Kerry Collins? Another man coverage route. The tight end was wide open. Miami, after losing the Super Bowl last year to the Green Bay Packers, comes out firing, puts up 17 points against their opponent, the St. Louis Rams. Rams field in return as they are struggling. Not much going for him. Emmitt Smith trying to give him life. Herman Moore, 7 catches for 115 yards, but it's just not enough. Coach Terrell is getting his sideline hyped. Talking about big as the what as that pass goes crazily across the middle of the field. I thought that was an overthrow. No, it was a launch to Herman Moore. Kordell surveying, launches it up, but gets hit in the back. Kordell launches it again. Herman Moore over top, and nothing he could do as that just goes out. These young linebackers, Jamie Sharper and James Ferrier, are carrying this defense. These are the two assets that they needed last year against the Packers, as those two guys are stopping the run and also causing pressure everywhere. Get yourself some young linebackers if you want to win a Super Bowl is what it looks like, as a holding penalty is going to negate whatever Marshall Faulk gets on this. So 2 minutes before Miami gets to celebrate their first Super Bowl here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, tell you what, those strip clubs after this game is going to be lit. As you know, tight end Shannon Sharp is probably going to be hitting them up. You know, Skip. You know I was hell when I was well, Skip. He's going to be hell when he's well tonight. As they throw a quick screen pass to Marvin Harrison, and they settle for a punt. So the Rams get a courtesy offensive drive. 35 seconds left to show how great of a season they had. As they come out 1st and 10 from the 27. Kordell launches it to his favorite wide receiver, Herman Moore, who has his 9th catch of the day for 151 yards. They are going to come out and try to throw it. Kordell stepping up, launches it out of bounds. Kordell drops back, ends up running it, add to his rushing total. Rams call timeout. Coach Bubba, he's trying to put something on the scoreboard. Instead, they hit up Mark Bruner. Don't go far. They do call another timeout. They just want to stay in the Super Bowl a little bit longer. They don't want the game to end. Soak it up. You made it here, and you deserve to make it here. As he almost throws an interception to the DN, reads the screen like a book. Kordell Stewart launches it. Hits Herman Moore again, who steps out of bounds. So 1st and 10, 25 seconds. You got 2 seconds left on the clock. This is the last play of the Rams season. They come out as losers. And he launches it. Instead of it being caught, it's going to be swatted away. Your Miami Dolphins make it to back-to-back Super Bowls. They lost last year to the Packers, and they end up beating the St. Louis Rams. Show them their ring. As Blaine Bishop celebrates. Coach Terrell gets Gatorade dumped on him. It's orange. I hope you bet on orange, as that is the color of the Miami Dolphins. Kordell Stewart throws the game away, looking pretty sad. And just like that, the journey comes to an end. The Miami Dolphins finish what they've started. They couldn't get past the Green Bay Packers last year, but they got past the St. Louis Rams and won their first championship, Super Bowl II, for any given weekday history. This was a 38-21 statement from the opening drive to the final whistle. This was their game to lose, and they never let it go. Marvin Harrison, Joey Galloway, and Unc Sharp. Come on, Skip. Come on now. We need to see you. I need to see you on the field. I need to see you on the field, big fella. Shannon Sharp took over when they needed it. Doug Evans was named the Super Bowl MVP, changing everything with that pick six right out of halftime. And what seemed like an eerie back-to-back appearances for the Miami Dolphins, the smoke cleared, and now they're Super Bowl champions. This is what any given weekday is all about. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Congratulations to Miami and their commissioner, T. Rello. I appreciate you all for watching this video. Drop your thoughts down below, any comments, and don't forget to subscribe for some more any given weekday football. And we'll catch you on the next one.